Okay, all right. Well, let's move on to our next management. We have Endurance Technologies that reported a healthy set of numbers in the first quarter in a tough environment, actually. The revenues are up by close to around 18%. The profit as well was up close to 11%. We have with us Mr. Rajagopal Sastry, the Group CFO, who joins us. Hi, sir. Good morning. Thanks a lot for joining in. First, tell us about this GST rationalization. How it's going to help your business, because you'll have a dual impact, right? There's the ABS as well that comes into play. So for that, your company is required. And if sentiment improves on the whole, then inventory gets cleared out, and that's good for your volumes. So first, comment on that.
Good morning, and thanks for having me with you. GST definitely will be a very big positive overall on the economy because it will increase the demand. And looking at our own scenario, yes, we will have an impetus on the demand because of the GST, because the vehicles are going to get cheaper. Albeit there would be a lull till the announcements are made and the demand really kicks in, factoring in the new change in the GST rates. What we are also seeing is that our stated objective of growth in aftermarket will also get a shot in the arm because this will augur well for the organized sector. So overall, for this announcement, while we are waiting for the fine print, while we are waiting for how it will actually pan out and how will be the response of the market for that, our initial thought is that it's a very positive for us.
Mr. Sastry, hi, morning, sir. So right now, I think there are two different slabs, two different rates, 18 and 28%, depending on which component we're talking about. Most of the products that you make, are they in 28% or 18?
Yeah, we do use the 8708 or the chapter for the automotive, and our output is all at 28%.
Okay, so that should move down to, as is being discussed, perhaps that comes down to 18%. I mean, since you're part of the chain, you're claiming the input tax credit as well. Materially, on the P&L, will this cut make any difference?
On the P&L, it should not make any cut. It will only do good to us if there is an uptick in the volumes. And like we said, it should give a good benefit in the aftermarket sales because that is always profit accretive for us. And if that boosts aftermarket demand, and that will be good for us.
Yeah, okay, got that point. Sir, you've had a good quarter, pretty decent growth, 11% growth coming in. And, Europe is a big geography for you. I think you get almost 30% of your business from Europe. So let's just go there. I mean, what are the conversations you've been hearing over the last 3-4 months with so much happening in the tariff world? Is there some additional opportunity? Would perhaps some of your European customers look to source more from you vis-a-vis the US? I mean, I'm just trying to understand if this whole tariff storm, if it has any real implication for the business.
Both our Indian operations and the European operations, we generally produce for the local market. So there is no export exports of our products into US, and there is no exports from India also into US. So we are very much local for local. In terms of the impact of the tariff, yes, it did have certain amount of uncertainty in the OEMs of the Europe. But these demand drop of over, they grew 1.6% in this quarter in terms of the overall sales. However, what you would notice is that this uncertainty in the demand in the OEMs has been for quite some time now because of the transition from ICE to electric vehicles and the latest tariff related discussions. But what we see is that all these difficult situations will have to find an equilibrium, and soon there would be growth back in the European sector because overall it's a strong market any which way, both from a technology perspective and the demand perspective. And coming to our own performance, we have been acquiring capacities and we have been putting in capacities. We have been very careful in not to add to our costs, which are permanent in nature. And overall, close to 320 million euros of orders we had acquired in the past 4 or 5 years. All these are also helping us to see that our growth is intact. And we are also carefully looking at acquiring companies which are in good health, which are accretive to our margin, which are also synergistic to what our business, like it would be seen in the recent acquisition of Stefferle, which gave us capabilities and also profitability. So overall, our story so far has been good, and our plans for the future as we go forward is also very strong.
No, got that. How big is this ABS and two-wheeler opportunity that you're estimating? I think the government has proposed new safety requirements mandating 100% use of ABS for greater than 50cc ICE two-wheelers and all two-wheeler EVs. Can you talk about what's happening there? Any orders you've got in this regard?
Yes, this is a very important move. I mean, first, primarily, we congratulate that the road safety is being given more importance, and an anti-lock braking system is extremely important element of two-wheelers to promote road safety. If you look at numbers, last year the country had 2.38 crores of two-wheelers produced, out of which roughly around 30% had ABS. Now, this 2.38 also had the exports, but those are small numbers. If you remove the export numbers, the entire market of, let us say, assume 2 crores would be ABS. And that's a significant market growth of 5 to 6 times. Given in that sense that we're already available there in that anti-lock braking system, so we did have capacities which we announced of about 6.4 lakh anti-lock braking systems per annum, out of which we were producing something like 4.8 lakh. And our aim is that with all the preparations which I have been doing in the past few years, with our own test track, with enhancing our R&D capabilities, both in terms of talent and also homogenizing the technology which we had acquired from our overseas partners. So we are ready for a significant growth in the anti-lock braking system. What's interesting is that we do have the technology, we have the people, we have the R&D capabilities, and we are in discussions with all the OEMs. In the past few years, the quality of growth of the company has been very good in that we were growing across all the OEMs and across all the product segments, which is giving us a good entry point and being a partner of choice for the OEMs to implement ABS into their vehicles. And this is auguring well for us. And what is also important is that it's not only the anti-lock braking system, which they will also see a growth in the braking per se. So we need hydraulic disc brake systems to be easily able to applicate anti-lock braking systems. And that means our demand, the demand for disc brakes and the hydraulic braking systems is also likely to go up, and for which we have been preparing right from acquiring land banks so that we can put up factories. And we also have been setting aside capital so that we are able to invest, and that those actions are already in place. And we are seeing that this is a big positive for us.
We'll leave it there, sir. Good getting that perspective. Very, very useful. Appreciate you joining us here on the channel this morning. And good luck with your plans as you execute.